I'm Christianist today. Angidlali.
I forgot my cup.
Let this cup pass.
This is a South African produced animation.
I said what I said.
Hold on.
I said what I said.
Do people even need a summary of the story of David?
It's David, guys. Like, honestly, it's the sling boy.
Like,
it's like, really, it's the guy who was just like,
oh, he hit
with the sling.
He hit the dog crap out that
my
line.
God, with the sling.
He hit the dog crap out that line.
He didn't use the fist.
Man.
But we
dog
can
crap
do
out
all
that line,
things
bro.
too. But if that's gospel, honey, that business is going down.
Yeah.
God is not pleased. That's why you're going through a lot. But David.
If you guys have seen My Hero Academia, he's got one for all.
Now I must explain to my child good butterflies are God.
None of these stories are for kids.
Okay, I seen it.
What's good, everybody?
Hello.
Sanbonani dumelang apsheni hello.
Hello, dumedisa ka lebitso la morena.
Ka lebitso la Lord.
Ka lebitso la Lord. Today we are here with
that bro Eon, also known as
then there's me, also Fifi.
Yeah, thank you, okay. We are gathered here today, guys, as you can see in this auspicious occasion.
Hallelujah.
To review a movie called
David.
Animated film that came out, I think, this year, ne?
Yeah, last year, 2025.
2025, yes.
Boy. It's Davida. Yes,
I just want to say, and this is a precursor, I feel that it is important that this be stated.
I said what I said.
Hold on.
I said what I said.
Any assessment made in the film is purely for the basis of judging the movie. Now, there are things that we may or may not be able to separate from the story itself or the Bible itself, but please understand, we are assessing the movie. Ne? Thank you.
Also, the Bible story. What do you want from us?
Like,
do you want from us?
Now that we've gotten that out the way,
yeah.
Do people even need a summary of the story of David?
It's David, guys. Like, honestly, it's the sling boy.
Like,
it's like, really, it's the guy who was just like and hit the giant, and the giant went down.
You know,
and then he became king of the Israelites. And I think that's what he is. Yes.
Yeah.
David is the guy who danced until he was naked. David is the very brave young man whom, when everyone else in the kingdom in Israel was afraid of facing Goliath. Goliath is a Philistine. And he was threatening, obviously, the safety of the kingdom. And he was like, if I win this battle, we are going to take over the kingdom. But if we lose, then the Philistines will be your slaves, Israel. And so David came through and saved the day with the sling.
It said word.
Oh, and the rest is history. But anyway, let's get over to the things that made us yell.
Print, that's the one.
Cool. I'm going to start fresh and hot. This is a South African produced animation. Thank you, guys. Yeah, like, I don't know, for real, because we don't get that a lot. And even in areas where we do get that, they're not at the scale that you guys have done it. So thank you guys once again. It's on Netflix. This thing is touring the world. And I know for a fact, we're not the only country talking about it.
I'm so proud to be South African at this moment, producing such high-end animation style. Guys, you could just take it and slot it there by Disney and nobody will say anything. Nobody would bat an eye because
literally
it is done so well. Too well.
Yeah.
In fact.
Yeah.
The colors are so vibrant.
Popping.
It's popping.
Yeah.
The world is true to the story and how it's being depicted throughout the years. The biblical world, you know, with the Israels and the Hebrews and all of them. You know, that's how it feels like. It feels very deserty and arid. Yeah. But it's the world. And even in that desert type of feel,
there's lush.
There's life. There's lush. There's hope. There's God. There's dreams. The world flowing with milk and honey. You know? So, it really makes the kids who will be watching this very interested
They're gonna love it.
In the religion, which good job.
Yeah.
So will save us.
They're gonna love it.
They're gonna love it.
Right at the top of the movie, as we're introduced to David, where he is speaking to the sheep. and he's telling them that all they have to do is just trust in him because he trusts in the Lord. And then the lion comes and attacks, and they all scatter. So then you see David running, making sure that he can save them. Does his signature.
Oh, did he do that?
He hit
with the sling.
He hit the dog crap out that lion. Oh my
God, with the sling.
He hit the dog crap out that lion.
He didn't use the fist.
Man.
But he can do all things through Christ who strengthens him. Even though Christ was not there. But still.
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
he hit that lion. The lion got up and said, who the hell? Who did that?
Who the hell?
And that bravery is set up right up the top. The trust that he has in his Lord and Savior is set up right on top at the very beginning. So you guys really know how to establish a character, their character, their beliefs, the trust that they have, the strength that they possess. He was also right at the top, very positive, very optimistic,
very happy.
So you get the feel of, okay, this is the David that we're dealing with. You know what I mean? So
child of great faith. You
very strong
you
intro.
have not been bewitched yet. He's a child. He's a child. He's carefree.
Yeah.
There's still hope in his very dull eyes. So
kudos to you for that.
You guys really know how to make your characters pretty. The hair's luscious, the beards are luscious. It's very true to the Arab type. Is it Arab or is
well the Middle Eastern?
The Middle Eastern.
Hey, your guys' beards are crazy.
Guys, if I were to fight you guys, I'm grabbing the beards. I mean, really.
Absolutely. I'm not losing that fight when you guys got beards that big. Absolutely not. What? And I'm not even grabbing the whole beard, ne? The most painful thing for a man, ne, is to pull one hair. I will hurt you after you hurt me.
I'm just saying, you sleep. And I can do all things to think.
Okay.
The most beautiful sheep I've ever seen are on this movie.
Yeah.
There was a sheep that looked like Beyonce.
Succulent, maybe.
Succulent. Yes.
Succulent.
Basically, the sheep that they saved from being chowed by the lion.
Yeah.
In blonde hair, by his head and his neck, and then from his shoulder to the back is white.
That's looks like its name is Josh.
Sheep, man.
It looks like a Josh.
We know Josh. It's a beautiful Joshy sheep.
Yeah.
For me, it's just the animation itself is beautiful. So what you guys were talking about, the hair, which is very accurate. The people in the Middle Easterns are very hairy, but here they are like hairy on 100,000.
Yeah,
which is beautifully done. Also,
what I liked about the animation as well, I barely saw like two modeled characters that looked alike. And in animated movies, it's kind of hard not to do that because obviously that there's so much production time that has to go into now designing each and every single character.
Yes.
But each and every single face that I saw on screen felt unique. It's like they took their time to create this one here, you know what I mean? That was cool.
This story, it's true to the struggles that I think God's chosen kids go through, there's a trend all over where people are like, please don't make me God's soldier, please, because it's harsh out there as God's soldier. You're not favored by many. I think that's
the theme.
The Christianese will understand, and not just Christianese. Every person who chooses a path of righteous and religion and spirit, and you're usually the black sheep.
Yeah,
you go through such heavy trials and tribulations that are basically fashioned after their Lord and Savior. And David here is just a guy from just a nobody.
Yeah.
Who gets chosen to you are going to be the next king.
Yeah.
And now poor boy has to go and face a mad king called Saul.
Mad king, literally.
Literally mad king Saul. And he knows how to tame beasts, David. He tames Saul who nobody can tame. He tames lions, he tames giants. And it just shows Shem, Yazin, you will go through a lot, but at the end, I guess there's light, I suppose. So this story is true to that. He didn't just breeze through every challenge,
Yeah.
And what kept him alive is his faith, I guess.
And the other thing is, I know it goes without saying because the nature of writing for a religious historical record dictates that you cannot deviate from the story. Even though, yes, Hollywood, we've seen you guys do that, right? And we have questioned some of the decisions, right? Because it's historical accounts. But you guys bent things in areas that didn't feel like you were bending things.
Yeah.
So I found that was really nice. A prime example of that is there's certain areas here and there where you get to see characters outside of just David. In the village where he comes from, his hometown, you see the interactions that they have, and those are the areas you chose to put humor in. And I thought that those areas were really cool because then you can carefully say, we did not make too much a joke
license.
out of, you know what I mean, out of serious biblical accounts. But you guys did that in a tasteful manner, and I thought that was nice. Like, you guys were still thoughtful about what you did.
It wasn't blasphemous.
Yeah,
as
it
you
wasn't
would say.
blasphemous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we would say. Hi, but David, guys. David is truly, truly the son of God. David falls from high buildings.
Brother?
Hits the ground on his back.
Brother?
No bone shatter.
He wakes up like...
Guys, you can do all things. David is a strong man, guys. David had to be the strength. Yes, David, we need to talk about David's strength. But yeah.
The other thing that was a very common thing in a consistent element in the movie is the grappling of God's existence in the areas of trial and tribulation and people asking, where are you? Which is very consistent in the telling of the stories where people get into internal conflicts with self and their belief starts to waver, even in these biblical stories. The timing of when they happened was cool. The resolution of how they solved them were cool. Initially, I was going to put this in the cut area because it felt like these guys are just going, yeah, we're just going to rely on God.
Yeah.
And then there's no actual sign of where God is.
Yeah, me too.
But then you start seeing in the areas where God shows himself. A prime example is where he's picking a stone to defeat Goliath. And a butterfly lands on that stone. And that's the communication. God said, choose this one.
That's the stone.
So yeah, so those are the things that I thought were really nice that you guys did. Yeah.
Because that's where God is.
That's basically how God communicates.
It's not gonna be a burning bush all the time. It's going to be small things that are symbolic to
it's, you know, he's not always gonna pop up in the middle of the night and wrestle you until you know, until he gives you a blessing.
Yeah. He's not gonna show up and walking in the garden and saying, where are you?
You know what I mean? He's not gonna pop up and then just swallow you into a fish for like 3 days.
And then stay in a whale. Because that's
until
fine.
you learn your lesson.
Because there's no acidic anything inside that whale. We don't digest like
But God.
But God.
God did. God
did that. Did you hear about
okay?
I'm sorry, this is just by the way.
Okay.
I was on a live and we were talking about Rodipot and how far Rodipot is.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Where is this going?
I'm so interested.
And Mati, Rodipot is like the New Zealand of South Africa. That it has the most random, it's so far away, and it has the most random animals and stuff. But see, that's where Noah's Ark stopped there by Rodipot. that Rodipot is where you find a stray lion. That's how far Rodipot is. There's a lion, there's random things in Rodipot. Because Noah's Ark stopped there after stopping in Australia. I'm just saying.
Picking up all the weird ass animals.
So Noah's Ark is in Vitport.
Yes.
Goliath's intro was fire.
Goliath.
You feel the weight of his entrance.
Yes.
Like, the way they introduced him was so dope because there's a conversation between the opposing army's leader and our King Saul. When they reach a disagreement, he then backs up and this big dude holding a shield and a spear pops up. Boom, boom, boom. King Saul asks, damn, that's your prize champion? Then I don't know, brother. That's the guy who's holding the armory for the prize champion.
It's not even Saul who says it.
It's the other guy.
I'll tell you about him. I like that character too.
So then, dude backs up and you just see this big dude pop up.
And the ground is shaking.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like that is a powerful entrance for a biblical figure that was that much of an antagonist in a story. Like that was a really strong way of introducing Goliath. I thought that was good.
The character that is in charge of the Philistines, I guess, I forgot his name. He's King something. Not even King something. He's just, his name is very, starts with an A. Yeah, we'll figure it out. He's a short guy. And while I was watching, I didn't even know who he was. And I immediately thought that he was Zachariah from the Bible, which is a tax collector who would climb trees so he can see like Jesus back in I think it's the New Testament.
Yeah.
He would climb trees. He's a snake, that guy, you know. He's a tax collector. So I was like, I'm telling you now, that guy, that short guy who's coming with Goliath is a tax collector. And indeed,
with his paintbrush.
yes, with his, they were like, oh, you guys don't have anybody guarding this place. I think it's time for me to collect tax. And I'm like, there we go. Short people and tax. It's right there in the Bible. Why are you guys hating on the short people like this? What's happening? Let's talk.
But maybe it's because they keep collecting tax.
They do keep collecting tax.
So Nia's tax, Nina. It's basically like that's why y'all hate short people. Cool.
You're texting us.
It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. It's true. It must be true.
Yeah.
Don't. I have another note. You know, I like the way this is true to certain themes. You know, the Israelites here are just, you know, fighting to take over certain spaces and to win over certain communities. Yeah, the Israelites, you guys are fighters. You guys have been fighting for a long time, even here in the Bible.
Which
you
is,
know,
I guess it is a very consistent.
it's consistent.
It's a consistent theme.
You guys know your
regardless
worth.
Look, regardless of the movie, biblically, very consistent theme.
Yeah, you guys know your worth. You guys know what you want. You go out and you grab it. You take it by force because God gives you the strength.
Isn't there a verse that says you
Yes.
will walk on lands you do not own?
Yes, you walk on lands you don't own, and God taketh by force. By force.
By force.
Yeah, by force. The force is very important. So
May the force be with you.
may the force be with you. So good job there by trying to take over. Yeah, it's on point.
Yeah. I have another print. There's a scene towards the end of the movie where David goes to speak to the Amalekites.
Yeah.
Right? As the Amalekites have taken everybody from his hometown. Mind you, the reason why the Amalekites ended up taking everybody from the hometown was because there was a dispute between King Saul and David where David needed to run away. And after having sort of resolved that, they still couldn't go back to where they come from, so they went to the land of where the Philistines were. Unfortunately, the Philistines left because the Amalekites were going there.
And they look rich. They're like witchery.
Very witchery.
They've got a juju about them because Saul goes crazy just by hearing.
And we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
So they then find them in the land of the Philistines, these Amalekites, and then they take them prisoner. David then goes to meet with them so that he can free his people, right? Because it is another consistent theme. Let my people go, right? So he gets there, and as he's speaking, making a whole speech about how I am not afraid and this and that, the Amalekite knocked this man out, which is very accurate to a situation like that. Because, brother, if you're coming alone and you think that you can...
Just because you threw a stone one time,
you get knocked out, bro. These are the Amalekites.
I don't care about your stones.
This is top dog season right now, bro. You deal with the voodoo gang.
Amalekites take forever to be defeated, by the way. It's not even a thing in this film. Amalekites, they bad. They bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Which then again, I don't know who's bad anymore, but it's fine.
We're not here for that.
Not here for that, according to the story.
Yeah. I put it this side because I thought that was some top dog-ish right there. And I'm sorry to say top dog-ish, talking about a biblical story. There's a scene where King Saul and David are speaking in the king's quarters. This is where the king now starts going to a slow descent of madness. And he thinks that David wants to take his throne. As they have the conversation, he picks up a spear, chucks it at David. Now, David catches the spear. Now, if it wasn't a biblical story about a person who is on betwe uNkulunkulu wethu sonke, I would have put it in cut. I'll be very honest with you. And maybe you get away with this one because it's a biblical story about God here, right? Cool. God's chosen one. But he grabs the spear, falls out, lands on his back.
That's when he landed on his back.
That scene, hey man, top dog-ish. I ain't gonna lie to you. Catching a spear is crazy work.
I'm telling you.
I'm sorry, because I wasn't watching this when this happened. The spear catching, is this young David or grown up
This
David?
is teenage David.
David.
Yes.
Okay, I'll allow.
Young adult David.
I'll
Yeah.
allow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, let's get into the things that made us yell.
Cut. No. Cut.
Haram. Shame. Shame. Shame.
Oh,
The walk of atonement is needed here, producer.
okay. I reiterate, before we get into cut, we're judging the basis of the movie.
I don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
So this is the first time I'm watching this. I am not indoctrinated in anything, and therefore I'm learning from the story.
The story we watched.
Raw.
Right? Cool.
Raw footage.
Remember that. We're basing it off of a first-time person watching the movie. Does not know the Bible.
Don't stone me.
Cool. I'm going to start.
Yeah.
Don't you ever trick me into watching a musical again.
Oh my God.
Guys.
Oh my Lord. My Lord. David can't sing. David. For a musical a character, because you are quite musical, you have this instrument of yours and stuff. You are a dancer, you are that guy, man. You are musical. Hi, David, you're not musical. No, David. Just be a shepherd. Stay there.
Yeah.
Herd
the sheep, bro.
Yeah, just please do that, because
Sling that.
Yeah. You're good. But
Yeah, I did everyone
don't
else
sling
sing.
that voice. No.
My first cut, yes, it was in the print, but it also needs to come in here for me personally. Hey, the old man's beard is crazy, y'all.
Guys.
That old man's beard is crazy, y'all. That's crazy.
Oh.
I understand that it's an animated,
Yes.
a movie, and a lot of the time we get over the top designs. That beard was crazy, y'all.
They did that. I guess it's in line with, remember your How to Save a Dragon type of beard. It's like,
yeah. I was thinking that literally. Yeah.
got the wow.
Damn, bro. Yo.
Those are set up into Zokunda back then. They're fighting for their lives, you know?
So they had blades back then.
They need to ask Saul where who's his.
Yeah, because that man's shape up is crazy, bro. That nigga, that man went to rock its men.
Dang.
We are hot slap.
Rock its men.
Got it?
Guys, David, at the beginning of the film, where they are showing us his strength and whatnot as a child, Okaine is there in the field in the wilderness with his sheep, and he saves his very Beyonce sheep from Mufasa, from the lion. Manje ngiyazibuza ukuthi, why would you go through all that trouble to then save the lion again?
So here's what this guy does.
Please take it
right? So after he goes, right? And then the lion gets knocked out, comes up and says, "Who the hell did that to me?" The lion confronts David, knocks him out, right? David wakes up a bit later, notices that the sheep's not there. He's like, "Oh my God, he ate my sheep."
Damn.
But then it turns out that the sheep, is actually safe, right? He looks over the ridge and he sees in between the cliff and this rock, right? This big rock pillar type thing. The lion is in between there. He says, that's what you get for messing with God's sheep or whatever, right? Messing with my sheep. After he puts them together, he feels bad for the lion. So now here's how he saves the lion, right? He basically puts his back on the cliff.
Puts his back into it.
Yeah,
The lion's here, by the way.
Yeah.
Right?
Between cliff and rock.
And then pushes. And this rock structure that's been there probably for centuries
Yeah.
falls over.
Yes, because
This
He
is
doesn't fall
not
over, though.
teenage David.
Yeah, this is
Head.
child
It's
David.
Child.
David.
Child David, right?
Stop.
Now, this one I cannot forgive.
you can do all things.
I can forgive the other one saying, yes, he's got the strength to hold a spear
Get your
and fall.
spear.
I cannot forgive this one.
No.
David is Jesus's ancestor.
Facts.
You need to understand ukuthi makakhuluma ithakazelo uJesu.
Uzibisa.
Uthi David,
Uthi umfana
uthi
kaDavida.
Solomon, I mean uthi
Athi
Solomon.
Solomon, athi Abraham.
Bese khana athi Jesu.
Yeah. So he has a long lineage of amandla.
Awesomeness.
If you guys have seen My Hero Academia,
Yes.
he's got one for all.
You know what I mean? Right now, the last born, we are saying we can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
He says, I do this.
And ningazonya to David.
I'm there to David.
Ningazonya
That's
to
a
David.
David.
He's got legs of steel.
If you're not Christian, it might not be for you.
Facts. No, but you know what? It's fine because one of the way we are speaking right now, we are shocked at David's strength and we are shocked at what.
True.
Now I'm curious to go find out who
What
this
else
David
does he
character.
do?
What else does he do?
Unfortunately, we find out
He just
that
dances naked, but what else does he do?
and he kills people's husbands so that he could marry their wives.
Yeah, David.
He sends people's husbands to war so that he can marry their wives after they die.
David.
We're glad you guys kept the story to this age, David. Not what he becomes after he becomes king.
But even
Because him and Saul, they would
no,
be peers.
but I mean, even Game of Thrones taught us that you take the throne from a mad king, you become a mad king. So it's fine.
Because the throne is the problem, not the king
It's
himself.
exactly. So when David Amanta skis, but you know what? Yeah, now I'm curious about David, so you will go find out more. You see, he's a very well-rounded character. Your strength could be your demise at the end.
Yeah.
You can just go.
Yeah.
It's a nice book, this. And then David says, I can beat Goliath because I've got God on my side.
Oh, yes.
At no point before
Did we
this
see
moment
this God
did we
in any
see
way?
God being God.
Yeah.
And the reason I say this, guys, is obviously without us doing the mental gymnastics and using the information that we know throughout the years, I would not know how God has come through for David. Because I don't know this God that you guys are trying to sell to me.
Yes, because we do the heavy lifting even to connect the butterfly to God's message.
Yeah.
You know?
Guys, tell me, like I can't associate the pushing of the rock with who God is. If there's nowhere in the story where maybe the mom was explaining, God comes in these small little moments where he does this and he does this. And then we see a montage of David actually interacting with this force
And
in
understanding
all these ways.
how God communicates.
Yes, but now we just see this boy who's happy and then who succeeds at killing lions and saving them. And I don't know.
And also, who instilled this level of faith and belief that he has in God? Because...
Samuel, I don't know who.
But Samuel didn't do it because all Samuel does for the community is just show them who the next king is going to be.
You know what I mean? And so you're expecting us to do this heavy lifting through the only time we see this God is through the butterfly.
Yes.
And we had to figure it out.
Yes.
But then we only hear the mention of God in that sense. When Goliath is like, I'm going to fight God today. Then we're like, oh. And then David's like, I'll fight him because I've got God on my side. Yeah. That's the only time for me that I skipped through some of the songs. So maybe I didn't hear God.
Yeah, there was a lot of music.
Yeah, we had to.
Yeah, maybe you guys hit it in there.
Yeah, please tell us in the comments.
So we apologize. Yeah,
that music was taking me away from God. Hey?
Which takes me to another point.
The guy is just staunch a believer.
Very staunch believer. Yeah.
This is where
from where?
From where? And this is where you get creative license, guys. This is where we will forgive certain things so that we can understand. Because a lot of times when you have conversations with people who read the Bible, they will say, no, but it's out of context because you don't know the backstory that I read during my what. Give us the context.
Yeah.
This is your opportunity to do so. And it's a kid's story.
Yeah.
How am I going to explain to my daughter who God is?
If you're not showing anything about God.
If the story's not doing it.
Because that one butterfly was not enough.
Now I must explain to my child good butterflies are God.
And if it was in the music, once again, I apologize, bro, because every time that came on, I might have missed God there, but I was looking for God because I kept saying, oh my God.
Y'all definitely missed the butterfly. It was there since the first scene, since the scene of the sheep and the lion. The butterfly was there. Yeah.
Yeah, the butterfly was there. We just... How do I know?
You didn't associate it. I knew immediately.
And you know the concept
because
of
I'm
God.
watching the story on another channel. So
also
and it doesn't have a butterfly, but I figured this is how they
do it.
Yes.
And
again,
also
I had to do meds.
And also if the butterfly is the only consistent thing they kept showing to show God, I would just think God's a butterfly.
How am I telling my daughter that God is not a butterfly right now?
No, man, it's a signal. It's not God is a butterfly.
But if my
kids,
daughter,
right?
my
It's
daughter,
kids, right? My daughter's
3-year-old is watching this.
Yes.
And he's going to say, how does David know
Although
to
I
pick
guess
this rock?
technically they wouldn't be wrong if they saw a butterfly and my daughter starts going, "It's God." You know what I mean?
now my daughter's going to follow the butterfly into the pool.
Into the pool.
In Kumbo.
Hey, man, God's plan. Anyway,
God's plan.
yeah, he works in mysterious ways.
At Metro, we recognize how demanding production schedules can be. That's why we prioritize on simplicity, responsiveness, and the flexibility in every interaction. Our booking process is straightforward, and our team is always available to troubleshoot last-minute needs or unexpected challenges. We take pride in delivering solutions quickly and efficiently, allowing filmmakers to focus on creativity rather than logistics. This commitment to proactive support and clear communication is what defines the Mad Show difference, making every production smoother and less stressful.
My other cut is this movie is so American.
Wow.
You guys had an opportunity of saying we will accurately depict accents, but you only did it for everyone else in the supporting cast. The main character is American.
There's a certain way that these characters look like. We can see their faces. They look Arab. They look the nose, the hair, the longish faces and stuff, the complexion, the eye color. And then here comes David. Oh, David. My friend, son of Jesse. Why are you so close to the what?
Yeah. What's going on here?
What's going on? Your eye color is different from everybody
Your
else.
hair color is different
Your hair
from
color is
everybody.
different. Your nose is, your bridge is different.
You know what it's giving?
Your face is Hercules. Eh?
You know what it's giving? It's giving Aryans.
It's giving, I'm saying it's Hercules, it's Roman, it's Aryan, it's just...
Like, and I don't, yeah, whatever.
Even your Goliath looks rather...
Yeah, that
Did
always,
he? Did Goliath also not look?
he looked very Greek or like Slavic. You
just need a little leaf here and then
how
here you are.
disappointing.
Here you are.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's quite... I had to Google ukuthi uGoliath kahle kahle, what are you, my friend?
Yeah.
And, he's Philistine and he's just, But hey,
Another cut I had an issue with, and I know this is for kids, but I've seen other animated shows do this for kids as well. Your guys' 5X structures and like the stakes in your 5X structures are not high enough. Like, they're not, bro. We already get it. Place faith in God and all will come to be as it should. We get it. But the stakes were not high enough in this movie.
Lilo and Stitch have more stakes than this film.
Yeah.
Mufasa and Simba go through a lot.
Yeah.
Frozen goes through a lot than this
Yeah.
here.
Spur has more
And
stakes than you guys.
You know what I mean? And kunzima lana, kunzima, guys. It's the battle of God and this and this. You know how
The stakes are
how
the stakes
hectic.
they cannot be higher.
Yes.
You know?
After I watch this film, I need to be like, no. I have to have God. Like, yes,
Yeah.
But now here's David, just
But I mean, I get it. It's for kids. Cool. And also
understandable.
the Bible, let's be honest. Now I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who's familiar with the Bible, right? None of these stories are for kids.
oh no,
They're not
I
for
was
kids.
traumatized every day.
Those are for people with a fully developed frontal lobe, right?
Yeah.
So the stakes should represent the gravity of the things that are happening in this book.
Why today are we so PG with the story?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's a bit like it's questionable.
it is like no.
It's questionable.
Hey, no, it's
Do
very.
you have a cut?
Yeah, I feel like this film needed a more Hebrew in it.
Yes.
Accent was first of all not enough, not strong enough. I need to listen very hard over and past David's American accent because he clearly went to school in New York.
Because he's really
Because he's
putting
really
it on
out to New York,
in
right?
the country of
Oh my God.
of the Israelites.
Yeah, of the Israelites.
We're fighting the Amalekites. And we're going to full on war
Yeah, so,
with the Philistines.
having to listen past that very hard accent. I had to then hear they're trying to sound like, Hebrew. But guys, they gave us like a line or two with the Hebrew, and I was like,
Yeah.
which language is this? When I don't know what he was chanting.
Yeah.
But we needed more. I feel like when there's, you know how when you get mad, you can't just like always speak English. You're there in your mother tongue. You know what I mean? And we know that their accent and their language is so embedded in them that they don't just forget it. You don't, guys.
We've watched Love is Blind Habibi, okay?
Yes.
We know how they are when
We
they
know
get
how
mad.
they are. Masaba Kwatile, they go
We know.
off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
when the mom is scared for her child, let her speak in Hebrew.
Yeah.
When Saul is losing his mind and like seeing red,
Yeah.
let's go into it, guys.
Yeah.
Samuel.
Because also we know that when in these points of desperation and stuff, they will pray to God in their mother tongue, right? They'll pray to him in their mother tongue.
So where's the prayer culture here?
Where's the prayer culture in this? Man, what the hell is the prayers in this
Where
thing?
are the prayers in this thing? David, who's your God?
And that's the reason why we actually get no glimpse or inkling that God is even a factor in this
No.
movie. Because they don't even pray.
They don't pray.
Wait, guys, they don't even show us Samuel, who is the prophet
Ain't
of
no-
God.
We're
Ain't
just
no
hearing
prayer in the
Samuel's
mountain.
voice.
Yeah, we keep and also we hear Samuel's voice in areas where they're asking a question internally, and then we hear Samuel's voice.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
very
creepy.
ethereal and
That there's
Also,
yeah.
Samuel is
It's almost
answering as like
so,
this
so
is coming
Samuel
from
is
God.
basically the voice of God.
transmitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now it's Samuel. So
he's
Samuel is
been
God.
praying to
Okay.
Samuel.
Yeah.
But
Right?
there's
Then-
no prayer. Samuel at the mountain.
David is
David's
not-
father
nothing.
They don't
worried
pray for
about
nothing.
his child going
He's
to
like-
work for the king.
David's like, when I'm with the sheep and I'm out there, everything just makes sense. But we never see why it makes sense. We just know that he really likes sheep. Like back then, they had a whole like soliloquy.
They used to
before-
climb mountains to
Bro.
go pray.
Bro.
You know, walking there, got sandals,
Yeah.
and taking off their shoes because this is holy ground type situation, and shouting the name of God. This whole culture for Kibelintaba to go pray is also there in the Bible. But then, David always I'm a lion and I got tandas. You don't even thank God, my
Yeah.
boy.
Not even oh God, thank you.
No wonder you were suffering.
I called God more times watching
Than
this
David.
movie.
No wonder you were suffering when not David.
So
Yeah. Amalekites by nothing.
Can we talk about these Amalekites?
Yeah, please.
Did you guys intentionally make them look black?
At home. Because I had to look closely to see that they've got like they're wrapped in this bandage. You mummified them, but in a darker
The little
cloth.
that we see, that looks pretty black. And I have a genuine question for you
had to
guys.
pause.
This is my question and mine alone. It might not reflect everybody else. Did you have to? Should my black child identify that these people might be black? What statement are you making for my black child?
She's not gonna pause and see if it's a cloth over this already darker skin color than everybody else. She's not gonna do that. I did it because I needed to understand where you guys are coming from. That's what she's gonna see, and she's gonna take it.
Because at this point, it doesn't matter if they're black anymore. They look black.
That's it.
So I just urge you guys to ask yourselves, was that intentional?
And if it was, why?
Why did you do that?
Why did you do that? And the Philistines, right? Weren't they the ones that looked
Darker skin?
darker?
You would argue that they are because they're yes. So they were, if you look at history, you would say that they were Arab.
They were Arab.
So
no?
they would have been darker.
Yeah, they would have been darker. But I loved that. I loved the fact that some of these characters were darker. So it kind of made sense instead of this like Goliath who was completely light. I thought he was albino actually. But everyone else was a bit darker. It just was the contrast was
But
hectic when it came to the Amalekite.
And also, I really cannot stress this enough. And the reason why it also upsets me slightly, I'll be honest, that upsets me, guys. That upsets me.
It is
And the reason it does is because you get a clear picture of the tension between the Philistines and the Israelites. The Amalekites just look like these menacing people.
Now we've got one enemy.
Rock up out of nowhere and they just pillage the village. Why did you guys do that?
It's really lacking the consistency that Hollywood and just these stories of the Gulf areas have been, where the people that are there are a certain skin tone, and we've accepted that.
I was off put.
How did David defeat the Amalekites?
Because he went from singing, I'm not scared anymore. Some weird. You guys have a lot of songs in here, bro. And it cuts to black. Then fade in. He's sleeping on at his bed back home. What happened?
I know that technically the Amalekites were not defeated in general at this point.
So how were they
But
freed?
how?
So you guys, so let's unpack this a little more since we're here. I mean, we're here now, and I apologize for doing this to you guys. But first, you give us characters who are just menacing, right? And then the resolution to get God's chosen people away from the prying hands of these people. You don't show us how that happened. The only thing you show us is that the normal citizens, the ordinary citizens, they stood up because of the song that inspired them all. And then cut to black, right? When the other soldiers get there. You don't show us whether they were defeated, they were driven away, they were convinced to let them go. It's just menacing black people. Now they're gone.
Yeah. And we know, Wuti, because Saul was unable to defeat the Amalekites, that's why the throne is basically handed over to David.
So were they defeated? Or did they just come to their senses and go, we out?
Yeah, we're tired of this.
Why did you guys make the decisions you made?
No, I know how David defeated them. It's the singing that belongs in the book of Lamentations. That is how David defeated. He sang them away. They were like, "No, this is some bull. We can't stand this nonsense. If you're gonna keep singing like this,
we out, bro. We out,
keep
bro. We out, bro. We gonna do this.
We can't do this."
They probably went, "Oh my God!" And then
And that is the power
of
gospel.
the power of gospel.
It chases away evil spirits.
hymns.
The hymns. Songs of who? The son of David. Songs of Solomon. This is how you chase away evil spirits. Yeah.
So I guess you did that.
And if the Amalekites are black, you know,
they
don't like
cannot
bad
stand
music.
tone deaf people.
They can't.
So they were like, we out.
No, come on, I'm going to another village
Yeah.
to pillage that one because y'all are just trash.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, I can't stress this enough. I don't think they've ever described them having bones and just weird.
No.
I've never. Yo,
They even ooze out the smoke type.
These guys look like voodoo artists.
Yeah. And they make Saul go crazy.
What was that about? Saul sees a random shadow of an Amalekite and loses
Lose mind.
his-
He goes, retreat. And then he
out.
goes back and runs away. And then he just starts.
So once again, it's the Amalekites' fault that Saul waged war against David. So it's
The way by Taratanga.
like,
I
guys,
can't.
I cannot stress it enough. I was not impressed by that. I was not impressed by that.
I did not like it. I don't think I would have liked it even back then when I was still in the Sunday schools and very excited about this whole thing. I think I wouldn't have still. I would have questioned it, just like I've questioned everything else. So it has nothing to do with me being in, out, question. No, this is the reason why we question things right here.
Yeah.
You're not doing a good job.
Mind you, everything we've just said right now is off the basis of I have never heard anything about David or the Bible. So as a complete fresh brain, for you to show me the things you've shown me as an African child, I don't like that. But it is a movie. It is a movie and it's for entertainment purposes, right? Cool.
Yeah, it's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute, guys. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
A little
It looks
too
good.
Disney, but sharp.
Yeah. Look, it's very Disney.
Yeah, it's very Disney.
But I guess that speaks to the quality of what you guys threw into it, and that it looks dope, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, it looks dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it entertaining?
Look. The only reason I can for sure say to me it wasn't is because I already know the story of David. So there was nothing new to get from it. And I think that's the honest difficulty that you'll have as a storyteller who's telling this story, because the Bible really is the world's best-selling book.
It is.
Like, even people who do not know a thing about the rules, laws, spiritual customs of Christianity, they pretty much probably know the story of David. So I get that it's going to be very difficult for you guys to catch in people who aren't kids to to get them a compelling reaction of your guys' movie. I get it.
If you're gonna put music in, really work hard at it. There's a reason why these old Disney films work. Your Jungle Books, your Lion Kings, your Frozens. There's a reason why they work. They workshop the music so much, and they know what works, what we want to hear.
Yeah.
So with this one, it's like you forgot. You're like, oh man, we need to throw in music.
Yeah, let's add some music in. You know.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, even Disney itself haven't created that formula. When they get to points where a movie might be a bit too difficult for them to add compelling music, they just chuck the music up. Just tell the story.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And a lot of times what music does is it drives the story.
the narrative.
The narrative. And I didn't think that this one was driving the narrative at all. You know, you go to Lion King, Scar singing, saying, be prepared. I'm going to take over, you know, and we are seeing why the march, the this. I have to listen to the song because I need to know what the story is saying.
Yeah.
Like I
But
did.
here the songs came as reactions to things that have already happened.
Yeah.
You know, there's a song where he's asking God, like, why have you left me and this and that when he's being chased by Saul. And like we skipped right through that. The only thing that was different is the fact that we see his mom. But even in that scene where his mom is singing with him, there's nothing that we're getting that's elevating the story, to be honest. So we missed nothing by skipping the movie. And people may argue that the reason why we missed nothing is because we know the story of David. I get that. But there's a chronological series of events and things that are happening. We didn't miss anything that was happening.
We didn't feel like we did.
So
tell us if we did. But
if we did, then hey, my bad, man. But I'm not going back to listening to those songs. I just gotta let you know.
I personally think it was too long for children.
Oh my God.
It was long.
Kids' concentration spans are like,
Way too long.
it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
But good quality. Like the one thing I do not deny is that you guys put a lot of work into the movie. The quality is high. The production value is high.
Yeah. Looks like Hercules.
Damn.
He does.
Looks damn. At first I thought Cusco's new emperor school.
Yeah.
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Yes.
That's the wrong lever. Yeah.
They put the glad in the gladiator. Everything. The sandals.
I mean, they put the war in warrior.
Yeah, no, the sandals, the calves, the hair, the bounce in the hair, the eye color, the nose, the shape, the lips.
Especially the Philistines, they look very Greek.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's that, y'all. Don't forget to hit that like, that share, that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, talk to your friends, tell your friends about it, share it to your boys.
Yay!
Do not take everything we say as God.
As gospel.
Yeah, don't take everything say as gospel. Leave yourselves always in these reviews. Leave yourselves with enough room to interpret things the way you.
I bet you now, but they're not happy with the thing that David did. But anyway, no, it's okay. Bye.
Late. Cool.
Okay, I seen it.